You are now listening to the Salty Virgins podcast.
Welcome to the Salty Virgins Club podcast. I'm here with Kevin and Jackson. We just missed some riveting mattress talk,
we just did 10 minutes on mattresses off pod, so sorry you guys had to miss that.
Jackson's moving this week, month, year, and he was telling us how it's impossible to move his purple mattress without the aid of, like, actual toe straps.
Yep.
Which is fucking hilarious.
And even then, It's just absolute hell.
Because it's heavy. It is a heavy, thick boy.
It's heavy and it doesn't keep its fucking shape. It's amazing to sleep on, but I gotta stop fucking moving. That was the hope when we moved into this house. Is that we moved one more time? Nope.
Well, what started the whole conversation was that Jordan mentioned that he was looking into buying one soon, and he was like, Jackson was like, "Oh, well, if you're going to be moving a lot, then I would not recommend getting it." And Jordan was like, "Okay, well, I'll probably be moving every year." And Jackson started off that conversation and then proceeded to talk about his mattress that he has now moved twice and is going to be moving for a third time next week. So Jackson gave that advice from a place of just personal review. Like,
he was like, "This shit is ass." He's sick to his fucking stomach. He's mad. You could hear in his voice, he's mad he has to move that mattress and he hasn't touched it yet.
Well, I guess it makes sense because a lot of there are mattresses that are pretty heavy, but if you hold shape, you can kind of maneuver it. But the thing is, they're fucking like limp noodles. Can't really like hold it from the bottom. It'll just like.
Oh yeah. We tried to pull the whole
over.
stand it up on its side, and before anyone could even reach it, it just falls over. Like it's literally like a child just like fucking going like limp, just dead weight.
And then because it's so fucking heavy, it's dangerous to do that.
Moving sucks ass, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
I can't wait
that's
to get
why
into a fight this weekend with Casey over some benign thing. Like we're putting this stupid fucking box.
It's just fucking 95 degrees.
95 degrees if you're lucky. My boy, it was the real feel 110 here last weekend. 110. And Emma tried to talk to me and I was like, I can't right now. I just I need 6 feet from you. Not right now.
Yeah.
Kevin and I golfed yesterday, and I'm surprised both of us didn't immediately just get sun poisoning and skin cancer.
Dude, it was so hot that we were rolling up to holes that had water as if it was like fucking gold. You would have thought we were in the desert. It was like, yes, water. Go up there, fucking refill our water. It was so hot. And then one time we rolled up to a hole and there was just not a drip of water in the container.
That stinks.
Yeah, they had the 5-gallon bucket, so after on the back nine at that point, of course, it cycled through, so they were pretty empty. So we were taking the buckets out of the container and tipping them over to get the last of the water out.
I figured you guys would have just taken one from the start and been like, hey, this is ours now.
Just loaded in the cart.
Yeah. Y'all can figure it the fuck out.
So much water from the cart girl, and then we just never saw her.
Yeah, no, she avoided us like the plague.
Oh yeah, and one time when she saw us, she just zoomed right by us without saying a goddamn thing.
They were scaring the hose. How you scaring the hose on the golf course? That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
Listen to that new Drake album. I want to hit this quick.
The only thing I know about the new Drake album is what Jenkins and Jones talked about, and that it's essentially like Drake X house music. And I was like,
That shit is a 54-minute pack of ass.
Listen, I'm sure it's whatever, but I'm just fine. I might not just listen to it.
I wouldn't recommend it. That actually, let me take that back. The last song, Jimmy Crooks with 21 Savage. 21 Savage brought his own beat and said, "I'm gonna slide over this. You do whatever you need to do, my boy." However, the first
Drake
50
watching
minutes,
the song he has to feature with somebody else with it. What's new?
Nothing's new. Drake, just be a pop star. Just be a pop star. You don't have to do this.
So, this is very, very washed of me, but I'm kind of good on new music.
It's a lot of effort.
I disagree.
I really have found myself less and less inclined to like listen to new releases on any things unless they're like specific bands or people that I like really like, and I'll like go see.
Shout out Flip Turn. He just played it.
Yeah, and just released a couple new songs.
Yeah, a little EP.
But yeah, so I'm just not listening to new stuff that much unless it's like if it's like really good or people talk about being really good or it's something that I really like, I'll go after it. But I just have my shit that I listen to now, and I just kind of cycle through it. And I've been in a real like rut on new music recently.
Spotify, for all of its weirdness and its weird data tracking shit, it does put me right in the cone of what I want to hear.
Oh, their playlist seeking is when I find new music, it's just like discover weekly shit or like daily mixes. Like they're
Right.
good at finding, especially like what you're listening to recently too. It takes a couple days to catch up, but it's good for that. So I'll do that to like branch out slightly, but I don't, I really kind of been staying.
I have a very specific cone that I've been listening to lately.
Yeah.
So Spotify's like, oh, we understand what you want now. You want everything produced by Derringer, Alchemist, and Conductor, and we'll just funnel that right into your face. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
Now, does Spotify do recommendations better than Pornhub?
Yes. Because it's easy, like, music itself, like, there's songs I'm like, that's fine. But I'm not trying to, bust a nut to, like, mid, Oh my god, what is wrong with you? You just taking what comes to you?
No.
Pause.
Anyway, I asked you the question.
Listen, this is a conversation. Spotify's recommendations is better than Pornhub's recommendations.
Just because it's easier to find stuff that's acceptable because
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Music, it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
I asked that question mostly as a meme, and you gave like a very sincere answer.
Do you
So
think
I felt
I
like
need more
I
than
could
3 minutes or 5 minutes from anything I watch on Pornhub?
That's fair.
I raised the average porn watch time of an entire state on my own. So yes, I listen.
Page 97, dude.
97's sick work. Like, page 15. 15. I've made it to 15. You gotta see what's out there. There's always new stuff. There's also different cones that,
There's
you gotta get your little ice cream.
arguably too many cones.
I disagree. Well, no.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit out there.
It's a lot of cones.
A lot of cones.
Probably, you know what? Never mind. Anyway.
Listen, the listening device is going to hit us now, and now we're just going to get cone-related recommendations in Pornhub and Spotify.
I'm really, Emma asked for an ice cream cone 3 different times this weekend. That's probably why I'm
Ice cream
stuck
cones
on
do slap, but it's been real hot. How hot has it been in Mississippi?
110 real feel, my boy.
Yeah, that ain't it.
No.
That ain't it.
Like, I don't want to go outside.
Was it that hot this weekend?
Yes.
Did you do anything fun this weekend? You just like
we actually went to Emma's friend's house who has a pool, so we did that.
That's nice.
So you made yourself a human stew.
Is this person
Yeah.
sane and secure?
And,
I mean, that's fine. I was thinking of a particular individual, but I.
Oh, no.
Have access to a pool.
Not only does that person not have access to a pool, I wouldn't go out of my way on my hot ass Saturday to hang out with that person. Because
that pool would be like a backyard. That pool would be like the pool that I have. It costs $60 from Walmart.
Right. We'd show up and it'd be like, "Where's the pool?" And I was like, "Oh, there it is. The dogs are."
Can you help me build the pool?
Oh, get fucked.
Then I'm gonna make some mid food.
Absolute mid. Just absolute
pool.
That's another thing. Don't invite me to your house if you're gonna cook some mid. Because I'm gonna I have to eat it because I am polite. For all of my, proclivities, I am polite. But I am gonna talk about you real mean. Like, real mean later. Don't, let's go out to eat. Don't invite me over for some mid. I don't want that. You don't want that. I want to still like you.
That's intimidating. Sometimes people just want to host, you know?
Get it catered. We're adults. We got money.
You're ridiculous.
If you know you can't cook, don't invite me over to eat dinner.
Well, I understand the sentiment, but your definition of mid from a cooking perspective is wildly different from the normal person, which is where I have to...
I still eat Taco Bell. Like, I'm not above anybody, but, like I said, like I went to the crawfish boil the other day. Shit was mid. Don't ruin 60 pounds of crawfish.
Why was it mid? How was it mid?
There was nothing but salt. No anything.
No spice?
No.
Oh, well, that automatically disqualifies
They
it.
were told to season it, and they seasoned it what they knew how to season.
I am all for a generous amount of salt in a lot of things, but it can't be the only thing.
Like,
also, if a crawfish boil does not have any sort of spice, it is disqualified. It's not a low country boil.
Fine. Fine with it.
It doesn't have to be like wildly spicy. Like, I'm fine with moderation, but like that's ridiculous.
You got to hit it with some Zatarans. Like,
oh yeah,
at least
at a minimum.
Right. I'm not asking for a lot. Like, I'm really not asking for a lot. But, like, you know, if salt is all you got, you know?
Me, you, and Patrick went to crawfish boils within, like, a week span of each other. Patrick's contained frozen crawfish, which is, in premise, not terrible, because, like, you can get them frozen sent.
Like, flash frozen and quick.
But
yeah.
I think they were, like, cooked within a pretty recent span of being frozen. And that was mid. And then you had the one I went to was actually pretty good. It was crazy. Like, it was really spicy. The corn kicked my ass. Like, because the corn sucked up all the, like, spice on it. And I was dying. But now Kayla wants to try. It's a a lot of effort to, like, get going. But then it's not that bad to do. It's kind of, like, fun. But it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You could do it in, like, a stovetop pot to start. As like you could probably do, like, a...
If you have a big enough pie, yeah.
Yeah, like a small batch, and we'd have to buy a big pot. I don't know where we put it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't have room
you
for
could put
anything else. We don't have room
You
for
don't have
anything
room in the
else.
garage for a stock pot?
Yeah, we probably have. I mean, we could just put it somewhere, but like we're out of space for new things.
I totally listen, Kevin. I understand. I'm about to move across the country. I completely understand.
You're gonna have to do a lot of cutting of things. Is it gonna be you or Emma that has more trouble partying? Probably Emma, I guess. But
you've met her.
Yeah, but
it's
I don't
not
know.
me.
You like things and having things.
I really don't have that many things that aren't replaceable.
Yeah, that's the nice thing, especially going to a city like that where people are like moving so often.
Mm-hmm.
You can pretty much at any time find items. Like, you can kind of swap out stuff if you're planning on moving a lot.
More or less,
start.
Whatever. Like, I want to keep most of my clothes, my sneakers, stuff like that, my computer. But then outside of that, like, I don't really care. You know, it's like, we got a bed. You can get a bed anywhere. We have dressers.
Don't get a purple mattress.
Both of our I won't get a purple mattress. I will not be doing that.
This podcast is sponsored by
Purple Mattress.
What's that other mattress company that's not purple? Nectar.
Casper.
Bamboo.
My Pillow. No. Okay, wait.
No, not My Pillow. That guy is
For
choosing
a large enough check, yes, my pillow.
No. That guy, he wants to hang Mike Pence, and not saying I don't understand where his sentiment comes from. The reason why he wants to do it is bad.
Yeah.
Also, he did crack.
Well, listen, I've
Does that
bought many a
disqualify
thing
someone from...
Not to me. I've certainly bought many a TV from somebody who absolutely was smoking crack. I have no compunctions about that. I love the pawn shop. You can find all kinds of cool stuff. They got sneakers now.
I haven't been to a pawn shop in a long time.
Go to Peru's. You know, maybe they got something cool.
That's the thing. I just never think to... Pawn shops never look welcoming. I never think
They are
to
not.
stop into a pawn shop. If I'm going to a pawn shop, I feel like I'm on a mission.
Yeah, no, you are on a mission, and it's to not get shot in the pawn
find
shop.
golf clubs in pawn. Like, it's a reasonable thing to do. But the thing is,
Golf
Facebook
clubs?
Marketplace, dude.
It's the same thing. And they don't have bars on the windows of Facebook Marketplace.
And why is there just never people in there? So when I walk in, I'm always like being watched. It's like no one else in there, so I'm just like,
Everybody else is afraid, I guess. I don't know, man. I'll admit, it's a weird situation to walk into a pawn shop. Hey, would you like some of these third-hand items for, like, 70% of what they should cost?
I have no qualms with any of those two things. Third-hand items, 70%, great. But just the atmosphere of a pawn shop is just...
They're not nice
Well,
in
it's just
there.
because the nature of pawning items is someone in need and getting, like, sub-value and a shitty loan on their item, and it's just not a... It's not
It don't
like the
feel
most,
good.
Yeah, it's not something based in, like, any sort of good vibes, so it just feels like...
Yeah, and
then there's all kinds of laws.
Pawn shops don't exist, so like, it makes it kind of tough to go, like... buy
Have
stuff.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Also, I think a pawn shop that is always next to, like, a cash, or, like, a check cashing place, that don't feel good either.
Yeah, next to the check cashing store or the bail bonds.
Check cash and bail bonds.
Bail bonds, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Never good.
Sometimes it's the same business. They just have opposite counters. Like, I need to pawn my
Most
stuff,
of the
and
time
then
it's
you
the
go
same business.
Bail out my bail someone out. I was like, oh, I just pawned my stuff to you. It's like, yeah, I run both sides of the business.
Yes, you sign these papers, and then you sign these other papers, and we'll get him out. He'll be out by 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Are you ever going to see this necklace again? No.
No. He's got to go to trial. He's facing the book. He's not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the deal with most of the places is you pay 10%, and then they bail you out, but then they keep the money that is returned theoretically when the person does not break.
Yeah.
So what happens if a person... So, like, because I know they hire bounty hunters to go and get people, but, like, if someone skips court,
Yes.
does that bail money go away completely? Like,
Yes.
that place is fucked? It still feels like a really big risk.
I think they have insurance on it. I think, like, they can
I'm
insure...
sure there's multiple layers.
Because
to
I
that,
think
but
it's
I just
actually
really-
a security. I haven't handled that part of law, thank God. Because, good lord, is that awful.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can kind of, like, secure it, like a mortgage or something like that, where, like, if something happens, you know, you get 80%. I don't know how much you would... I don't know. I don't traffic in those spaces. That's not what I do. So, I don't know. I did one violent crime, and there was no bail or bond involved, and
You didn't...
I will not...
Okay, so you didn't do a violent crime?
Well, I
Yeah.
handled a violent crime defense.
I understand what you meant, but I was like, well... You're like, I just did one. It wasn't even, like... We
It
didn't
was...
even-
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. No. This is a little simple assault. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, so...
No. I handled one violent crime, and I don't think I'll do that again.
So, what are we going to do now that basketball's over?
We can watch hockey.
It's not going well for Tampa Bay.
No, it's... They got their ass beat.
Yeah, it's really... It's almost
still
like
golf.
you rather would have just lost to the Rangers at this point. Like,
But I mean,
still
this is how, I didn't realize they lost 7-0.
Yeah, no. They got their ass beat.
yeah.
Well, they also gave up a bunch of goals in the first two games to the Rangers and then won 4 in a row, so who knows?
Yeah, I think the Avs have just kind of dog-walked people for a long time.
That too.
Weren't the Avs like the odds-on favorite going in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they almost blew it at one point. They lost a couple games in a row to like a not-so-great team. Yeah, okay, they played tonight. Shit. They just really pump out these games in the Stanley Cup. It's good.
Every other night, like you should.
I'm fine with giving an extra day for travel and do every other when they're...
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I mean, golf was good. What's up?
Good. Golf was good yesterday. Shout out to our champions, the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, yeah.
Steph done did it. Steph done did it.
Yeah, he got his finals MVP. Andrew Wiggins tried to steal it. Andrew Wiggins came up short.
Andrew Wiggins had Tatum in hell, which is so funny.
Yeah, it was... Man, I mean, I don't know. Tatum had a good series, but he just, like, didn't He didn't do like Tatum things really. But then again, like Steph had a great series, but Steph also like statistically had like a mid series. It's just because like Steph is not the player that he was, so it's like cool to see him like adapt. Still.
He had like 2 halves. Like the first few games, he was not good, and then
he had the legendary. It was like 42-point game.
Game 4.
Like that was like the marquee. That was like the marquee fucking finals game.
Yeah.
Like
his games 1, 2, and 3 were pretty mediocre, and he was fucking unplayable in the fourth quarter. And then 4, 5, and 6, he kind of just dominated.
He said, "I am not losing." He chose not to lose. He had one of the 3 of the best sellies maybe ever. In a finals.
He was a toxic king.
That ring knee selly in the middle of the third.
Yeah, middle of third quarter
of Game 6. Oh my god! How can you not love this guy? How can you not? He said, "Ring me." They had a whole 16 minutes to play.
He also had one of his, put the 3 up, turn around, look at the bench before it's even gone through, like in that game.
And then he had the night fucking walking under the hoop. Just damn, that is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
How can you not like that guy? Guy's sick.
He's a lot of fun. He's a top 10 player of all time.
Better than Kobe.
I'm fine.
You're saying that too loud. Actually, maybe say it louder. That's fine. They'll get us some podcast engagement.
There's a lot of people that'll yell at you for that, but I agree with you.
Steph Curry is better than Kobe. Kevin Durant's better than Kobe too. While we're at it,
Dude.
Sure. I'm not gonna.
But
Kobe's like
it's
top
very
12.
hard to have a hot take about like you got to get through some players before it starts about hot takes about who's better than Kobe Bryant.
go ahead, tweet Kobe Bryant is worse than Kevin Durant on the bird. The only person who will side with you is Kevin Durant. People have Kobe Bryant in their top 5, and they're moving Tim Duncan out of the way. I don't really know what's happening here.
But you see the Mamba mentality.
Yeah, like, I get it. He died, he gets valorized and all these things. That's great. He was not better than Tim Duncan. He just wasn't.
Listen, top 12 NBA player of all time is a pretty good accolade.
That is damn near as good as it gets. But, it's not better than Steph Curry. Hate to see it. 6'3" dude who shimmies and is light skin is better than you. You hate to see it.
Yeah. The disrespect is very fun. I mean,
it's
interesting because, I mean, Steph played well. Steph he had one true stinker, right?
Yeah.
He had a couple mid games.
Game 2.
But yeah. he was providing some level of scoring. And then Poole, it didn't feel like anybody went crazy, you know? It kind of felt like the Celtics just fumbled that way. Like the last 2, it was very, very anticlimactic. Like the Celtics just turned the ball over a shit ton, and Warriors scored a ton in transition, and then it was just wow, this series is over.
Yeah,
right.
Turns out having a real point guard is pretty good.
Yeah.
I kind of got sick of seeing how the Jays just dribble balls off their feet.
Yeah.
For dozens of minutes at a time.
I don't know what their real plan was there, because for as good as Marcus Smart is, as a defender and all of those other things, if he has to play on Steph Curry for extended periods, that is not a thing that is sustainable.
But he's the defensive player
for your point guard. Well, yeah, sure, but it seemed like he was getting cooked every time Steph was on him. So
He wasn't getting cooked because he did the smart thing. He switched off of Steph Curry and put Al Horford on Steph Curry. So Al Horford
in Game 6,
Al Horford was doing a better job than he could have ever been expected to do. But the thing was, when Curry did eventually blow by Al Horford, Marcus Smart was watching that shit happen.
He's like, "What are you doing, Al? We're counting on you."
He said, "Damn, that is crazy." As Steph Curry glides
just fucking flashes by
Al Horford. Al Horford kept him in front of him for 16 seconds, and then Marcus Smart was like, "Oh shit, there he goes."
Ah, damn.
I'm gonna stay my guy over here. I got my guy in the jail.
Yeah, I got fucking GP2. I got GP2 locked up over here. Oh. Well, it's good NBA Finals. I had fun watching Steph be Steph.
Yeah,
I want Tatum to get.
There's nothing going on now.
back.
There's just golf. There's baseball, and there's hockey for a little bit. Like, it's not over. It's 2-0. So, like, if the Lightning win tonight, it's not completely over. But just getting dog walk game 2 is just, like, really fucking tough.
Losing 7-0 in hockey is
Yeah.
That's
I
a
didn't know
tough
that
scene.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was enough time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see like 5-2, where it's like, oh damn, that was really a shootout. But like 7-0?
I think the Avalanche beat a team by like 10 this year.
Oh my god. Jesus. Kevin just turned around.
But hey,
his Tampa Bay Lightning.
7-game series. Go Bolts, baby. They win tonight. We're back in it.
Go Bolts, because I want Mark to have more fun at work.
I absolutely forgot I was wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning hat.
Well, that's all we got. We ain't got nothing else. We will see you in the next one.
Oh, just to clarify, it wasn't the Avalanche, but the Pittsburgh Penguins scored 11 goals a game in March this year. They won 11-2.
I didn't know you could do that many in hockey.
I didn't know there was time for that.
I mean, there's theoretically time, but the goalie is big and the goal is small.
Right.
I understand the puck flies fast. These
But,
are the
like-
basics of hockey, you see. Take notes.
Yeah, defend the crease and whatnot.
Oh, this is a funny list. So here are the most goals scored in a game during the 21-22 NHL season. Pittsburgh Penguins, March 27th, won 11-2 against the Detroit Red Wings. Toronto Maple Leafs, February 26th, won 10-7 against the Detroit Red Wings. The Arizona Coyotes, March 8th, 2022, won 9-2 against who? The Detroit Red Wings.
Red Wings.
We're in the record books at least.
Yeah. Saba's got to get to the games. Got to hype the guys up. And Miles Bridges, who is gonna get suspended.
What did he do?
He was drinking lean and smoking weed on his Instagram story.
Does the NBA drug test? Like for weed?
Not for
They just
weed.
do
No,
that?
you can't get in trouble for smoking weed during the off season now.
But I'm fairly certain you can get in trouble for drinking codeine.
How can they prove that it's lean though? It could just look like lean.
His piss test.
I think that's hard to do, but he had a blunt. Yeah, I don't. He's
He's towing a line. Adam Silver might have to put the hammer down.
Or the deputy commissioner, who is electric.
Yeah, honestly, can we just get him?
I
don't know how electric he is, but he has great voice.
Great voice, great cadence, command of the room.
Yeah, good energy guy. Definitely not Adam Silver.
Adam Silver, cool guy, just not as magnanimous.
For how
as the other
creepy Adam Silver looks, he has a lot of charisma. Mm-hmm. But
for looking like a silverfish.
Yeah, he's got a
God
lot working.
damn.
He's got a lot working against him.
guy. He sure does. Nice guy though. Seems like a nice guy.
But yeah, shout out Mark Tatum for being the best performing Tatum of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, and that's it. We'll see you in the next one.